Hello and welcome to the first episode of Business and Birdies. Cue intro. I don't even know if there is an intro, to be fair. This is the first video, so... I'm Ben, I am your host. So, what is Business and Birdies? So Business and Birdies is basically just going to be videos, shorts, etc. There's not going to be any rhyme or reason to when they come out. It's not going to be weekly, it's not going to be monthly or anything like that. It'll literally be when I can arrange interviews, when we can get the golfing weather. It's probably not the best time to start a golfing channel as we're coming into the winter, but hey, I always like to test myself and challenge myself, so why not? So what it's going to be is just a videos, interviews, all about golf and business. In my opinion, I think the two of them kind of come hand in hand. I started playing golf when I was around about 21, 22, purely for the fact that I wanted to get involved in meeting other people within business. It was one of the first ever things I ever heard was the best deals are done on the golf course. And I always thought, trying to get into business, I'm going to have to try and find a way to socialise and get out there and find a way to improve that. So the reason I started playing golf was to try and open up my social circles to increase my business connections. As I say, 21, 22, hadn't even picked up a golf club before that. And when I picked up a golf club, my first handicap, I think, was 22, I believe, if I remember rightly. And my plan was always to try and get down. I googled what was the average golfer's handicap within the UK, which at that time it was 12. I think in the world it was something like 16. My plan was always to get to the average handicap so I could be an average golfer and handle myself in a golf course. But quickly the bug caught me, and it's taught me a lot about understanding the basics, understanding what needs to be done to achieve results. And within those basics, things can go wrong. But if you have set processes similar to business, if you have a set way of doing things, when something does go wrong, it means you can actually look back at it and find the pain point and say, right, okay, that is what happened there. I didn't quite follow that swing path, or I didn't quite follow an open face or a closed face, or we were too quick in the transition. Similar to business, when you're doing something goes wrong, if you have the right processes and right strategies in place, then you can always revert back, look back and go, right, okay, that's not worked. Why was it? Was it the fact that the process was incorrect? Was it the fact that we just didn't follow the process? It then becomes a really easy way to manage systems, to manage your staff, to manage your profits, your cash flow, everything like that. If you can put processes in place within your business and understand strategies, then you will very rarely go wrong. But when you do go wrong, you know exactly what it is that happened and the changes that need to be made. Now, if you have processes in place, it doesn't mean to say that is them stuck for good. You'll never change them. That's the way you're working. Obviously, as you grow as in a business, as you adapt, similar to in golf, as you get better at golf, or as you start to play different courses, etc., you're going to have to make slight adjustments in what you're doing to be able to keep improving. If you're a 20 handicapper, what you're going to work on your game is obviously trying to decrease things like double bogeys. If you're a scratch handicapper, you're going to look at something completely different. You're going to look at improving your 100-yard game. So you're scoring wedges, making sure you're going to look more in depth at your stats and saying, okay, well, my driving is 67%, my greens hit 50%. Well, why is that? Obviously, I'm not putting myself in the places that I need to do. So this is what the channel is all about. It's to give you some golfing tips. Now, I'm certainly not a pro. The lowest handicap I ever got to was 3. after I stopped playing for quite a few years. I've got back into golf now. My handicap is at 8. So I think we've played 6 medals this year. But part of this programme is to show what I look at on a golf course, whether it be a competition, whether it be a bounce game, the stats that I look at, the different apps and tools that are out there to help you with your golf game. So like we're talking about that. We'll be talking about obviously what I do in business, the people I've helped, people I continue to help, and how the two of these can work together with mindsets and things like that. But also we'll be getting entrepreneurs, CEOs, business owners coming on the channel. I'm compiling a list at the moment, so I will be reaching out to everybody. If there is anybody who loves golf and would be happy to chat about how they got onto golf, how they find it correlates and works together with their business, or opposite way around, how their business works, which helps them transform their golf game, get in touch, send a little message, and we can certainly arrange it. The plan is to do some home games, some away games. There'll be some matches within there. So there's a lot in the pipeline, a lot of things to go on. But yeah, this first video is just an introduction to who we are, what we do, and hopefully it's something you'll enjoy. You'll get to see me. You'll get to see my weird and wonderful personality. You'll get to see how I look at a golf course. I will be including some of the things that I'm doing within business as well, and give you some business tips and insights. As I say, I'm hoping that people who are watching the videos will get involved as well. This is not just a me ranting at a camera showing you how bad I am at golf. This is about kind of bringing communities together, bringing people together, bringing ideas together. One of the biggest things I have loved over the past couple of years is getting onto LinkedIn and showing the support that you can get. So having the support there where people put on their pain points, put on their wins, their losses, etc. The support that you receive there is fantastic. And certainly from starting the new consultancy business, the support I've received from people on LinkedIn has been great, and sharing ideas, sharing understandings, etc. And I think if we can do that on this channel as well, so whether it be golf tips, whether it be business tips, whether it be anything really, anything that comes up in the conversation. So there will be, as part of the guests that we have on the channel, it's not all going to be obviously conversations about golf and business, and there will be other conversations in there. One of the hardest things for me is to try and juggle co-parenting. So I have my kids who don't live with me, live with my ex-partner. So co-parenting, dealing with business, trying to get out of the golf course, and also spend time with my wife as well. And we both work very hard. We like to enjoy ourselves, like to go away on holidays, to relax and recharge. But trying to find the time to do things like golf, it's very difficult. Sometimes you've got to force yourself. So what do other people do? What do you do when you're finding that everything's just happening at once? The kids have got all their extracurricular activities, business is busy, you've got stuff to do in the house, you've got gardening to do, your wife wants to spend more time together as well. How do you manage it all? I will continue this video on the golf course. We are playing at Winterfield today, which is my home course. It's based down at Dunbar. So a tricky little course. Is a par 65. It's only 5,100 yards, but it has 6 par 3s all over 200 yards. The first par 3, which you will see, is a 240 yard par 3, water left, over a gorge. Generally can be into a major wind, so it's a tough hole. So we'll see you on the golf course. We'll see what we can shoot today. All my scores and everything will be shown, my stats will be shown on what I'm looking at, what I'm looking to improve, how these things work together, and yeah, we'll see you soon. So welcome to Winterfield Golf Course. And here we have the first hole, which is over this gorge, up onto the green here. We've got water and rocks left, rubbish right. A very hard first starting hole. So today we'll see exactly what the golf will bring. We'll talk about how I attack the golf course, the ways we try and find the scoring options, how we take on each course. So today, my plan, I've not played for quite a few weeks. I think the last time I played was actually back in July. So I've not hit a ball for over 2 months now. So the target today is to shoot 7 over. That is the plan. So at the end of it, we'll see how we get on. So one of the first things you'll notice about my golf swing is that I play cat-handed. So as I said, I didn't start playing golf till I was 21, 22. When I first picked up a golf club, I'm right-handed. Picked up a golf club, I just grabbed it the same way as I used to grab my ice hockey stick, right over left. A lot of people have said, why don't you change it? I don't have to. Again, similar to when we're talking about in business and whatnot, yes, things work for some people. If you do it this way, you're going to get this and that and that and that and that. For myself, I've worked really hard on my swing. So I first started playing that way, as I say, first handicap was 22. Within 2 years, I was down to 16. The third year, I hit my target of 12. Off my average handicap, and as I say, I've worked very hard to figure out my swing. So again, breaking it down, when I think about business, when I think about golf, it's about breaking down what you want to achieve. So goals are goals. How you get there is completely up to you. You don't have to do it the same way as everybody else, and actually, in fact, when you do it slightly different, you stand out. Rather than being stuck in that pool alongside everybody else who's doing the exact same generic stuff, if you're doing stuff slightly different, you stand out more than other people. So yeah, my golf swing works for me, as I say. Figuring out how the swing path works, figuring out how my body goes in certain ways, etc. It's allowing me to figure out my swing, and that means that I can adjust it to suit and continue to improve. So here we come to what I think is the signature hole on Winterfield. It is the 14th. It is a par 3, 202 yards from the whites, 192 from the yellows, and it's a beast. So what we have here is obviously one beautiful Scottish weather. It certainly has turned, the wind's picking up and everything. You can see Arthur's Seat in the background there. We have the Bash Rock just here as well. What we have here is obviously the green, which as you can see is protected very, very well. So large bunker front right, everything from the green slopes away from your tee shot. We have obviously water left, water long, and it blows quite a bit here. So an interesting hole. Let's see what we can do. So, end of the first round, and we shot 10 over, so 3 over where the target was. A lot of lessons learned today. One, learn how to video, so 18, stuck into within 5 feet. Press record on the phone, and it recorded about 3 seconds and then stopped just before I even walked onto the green. So we do have our first bird in the channel, so we saved the channel, saved the day, but yeah, recording, we need to find a better way of recording the videos. I'm still waiting for equipment to come in, which is why I've not done any videos beforehand, but I thought today we'll get it out, get it done, get the first video out there, hopefully get a little bit of interest, and start taking the channel from there. So what's today's lessons learned? One, try and make sure that your phone's actually recording when it's meant to be recording. 2, we need practice. We do need practice. Sorted a few things out in the golf round, managed to sort the kind of initial issues with the driver. Short game coming towards the end, hit good wedge on 15, 17, 18. So wedge game was starting to improve. Putting was really good today, 29 putts, which is really good considering I've not played at all. To come out and have less than 2 putts per hole is really good. Didn't 3-putt any holes whatsoever, which was in my repertoire just before we were finishing up for a couple of months. Say not played for a couple of months, so to come out kind of cold on not a very nice day, as you can see by my sunroof, it is a bit yucky now, but to come out, get the round under the belt, it was very good. The last competitive round of golf I played was a pairs competition, which I played at Duddingston, which played very well in. Played with a guy called Dario Valente, who's quite big in Leinster. He will be coming on the channel. He's already expressed interest, which is fantastic, so thank you for that, Dario. Looking forward to getting you on the channel, discussing golf, etc., discussing LinkedIn and everything else. That game they actually played erratic, but was 5 under for the par 5s, had 2 eagles in the round, which was good. So that's the kind of form we want to try and get to. So just now I play off 8, I think it is. The goal for the end of this season is to get down to 7. Yeah, pretty much that's it. So this weekend it's Ducknall Links as well, so we'll have that on the television. The message is out tonight, so I'll watch the highlights of that tonight with the kids. But the kids over this weekend. We've got football, Ireland's football on Sunday, so I'll maybe do a little kind of, I'll be videoing little bits for the channel for the medal that we're doing, and on Sunday I might just do kind of day in the life of golf and business dad. If there's anything you want to see, anything you want to discuss, stick it in the chat, stick it in the messages, send me a direct message, and I'll look at doing them. As I say, today we trial a shot tracing app, we'll stick that in the link. It was a bit hit or miss, if I'm going to be honest. The tracking, it could be to do with distance from phone, etc. These are the kind of things I'll work out. It's free. I think you can get it for the pro version for £8 a month. So it worked okay, but I'd probably say worked 50% of the time. But that could be to do with the way that I'm using it. The other app that I was using today was 18 Birdies. Now, 18 Birdies I've used for a very long time. The free version is great, especially for courses you've not played before. It's got GPS tracking on it, so you can track your shots. You have full visuals of the holes, which is seen throughout this video, so you can actually measure distances to bunkers. You can check to see if you've got blind holes, where to lay up, etc. If you go for the pro version, you can then get green tracking, so they've actually got the green tracing, so it takes the GPS maps out if it's undulating, uphill, downhill, etc. So 18 Birdies is a fantastic app. It helps me track my scoring, so it gives me my stats for my driving, my fairways in reg, my greens in reg, my putting. Again, when you go for the pro version, there's a lot more you can track. You can track all your shots per club, so you can start to work out your distances, that kind of thing. Which is one thing I need to do again, because I've not been playing very often. My distances were not 100% on today. I got a couple of shots today where I was expecting the ball to fly a little shorter. 14 for instance, 192 hit 5 iron, and expected to land about 180-ish, 180, 185, and this thing just flew. it probably went about 195 at a downslope and off the back of the green into the rubbish. So I'll probably do a video on the yardages. So that's getting to the range, pretty much 10 shots at a track to trace through top tracer, and that gives you your average yardage for when you're out on the course. So to sign off, hopefully you've enjoyed the first video. As I say, it's a bit rough and ready to start with. It will improve as we go on. There are a few ideas I've got kind of to hash out the logistics of it all, and there are a few things that I do want to do. There will be more testing of apps, as I say, interviews and games of golf with different people in business, which will be really interesting. To say I've got quite a wide variety of golfing friends. If you do want to come on the channel, if it's something that interests you, send me a message. Put a message in the link here, send me a message on LinkedIn or any of my socials. We can get something arranged. And the plan is to obviously look at different courses as well. We'll rate different courses, play courses we've not played before, play courses we have played before. Give people a view of actually what's around and about there as we come into the sort of spring months. So once we get into March time, we'll start to look at all the different opens that are available and what opportunities we have there. And obviously within this time as well, we'll start to delve more into business, delve more into the correlation between golf and business. Business hints and tips for everybody. On that note, hopefully you've enjoyed the first video. As I say, it's a bit of a mishmash with the recordings and stuff. It's not going to be perfect, but it's the first video out there. Hopefully it gets a few people interested. As I say, next video will be the medal that I've got this weekend, and we'll hopefully try and shoot some better scores than what we did today. Thankfully, we got the business done today and got the birdie on the 18th, and we'll see you at the next one.